Good to see all of you here today. My name is Monk Tenzin Norbu, and I want to share something with you that completely changed my life. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered if there's a deeper meaning to everything you experience? The good things, the painful things, all of it? Well, I'm here to tell you something profound. Nothing in this world happens by chance. Nothing. Stay with me, listen closely, because what I'm about to share can bring real peace into your life. The law of impermanence. All right, let me start with something fundamental. Look around you. Everything you see right now is changing. Nothing stays the same. Not the seasons, not your emotions, not your relationships, not even this body you're walking around in. In Buddhism, we call this anicca, impermanence. And this is one of the most important truths you'll ever learn. Here's where we get into trouble. We suffer because we resist this truth. You want the happy moments to last forever, don't you? And when things get difficult, you want them to disappear immediately. I get it. But that's not how life works. Life is a river, constantly flowing, constantly moving. The secret? Stop trying to hold on. Stop resisting. Learn to accept each stage with calmness. Look at nature. Does a river stop flowing? Does it grab onto rocks and refuse to move? No, it flows. Trees drop their leaves every autumn. But do they panic? No, because they understand. Spring will come again. You can learn this too. Let go of what no longer serves you. Trust that every change is taking you where you need to go. When you really accept impermanence, you become free. You can enjoy this moment without panicking about losing it. You can face challenges knowing they won't last forever. True peace doesn't come from avoiding change. True peace comes from learning to flow with it. Cause and effect. Karma. Now, I want to talk about karma. Forget what Hollywood told you. This isn't about cosmic revenge. Here's what karma really is. Nothing in your life happens by chance. Every action you take, every thought you think, every word that comes out of your mouth, all of it creates consequences. You might not see them immediately, but they're there. Karma is a natural law, like gravity. You put energy out into the world and it comes back to you. Picture this. You throw a stone into a calm lake. What happens? Ripples spread out in every direction. That's exactly what your actions do. They create ripples in your life and in other people's lives. And here's something most people don't realize. Karma isn't just about what you do. It's about what you think and feel too. Someone filled with hatred, even if they never act on it, that energy is poisoning their life every single day. But someone who practices compassion, they're creating peace around them. The quality of your life comes down to the quality of your actions and thoughts. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Tenzin, I see bad people getting away with things. I hear you, but karma doesn't punch a time clock. Some seeds sprout quickly, others take years, but they will show results. And you know what karma really teaches us? Responsibility, personal responsibility. How many times have you blamed someone else for your problems? But if you really look, you'll see how your own choices contributed to where you are right now. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty. I'm saying this because it's empowering. If you created your current situation, then you have the power to create a different one. Here's the good news. Karma doesn't mean you're trapped. You can transform your reality with every single choice you make. Made mistakes, hurt people, you can change direction right now. Act with more wisdom, show more compassion. There are 3 ways you generate karma: through thought, through words, and through actions. A hateful thought becomes hateful words, then harmful actions. But a thought of gratitude, it becomes kind words, then generous actions. Suddenly you're creating harmony wherever you go. When you understand cause and effect, you stop seeing yourself as a victim. You take responsibility, and that gives you real power, real peace. In the end, everything comes back to you, not as punishment, but as the natural result of your choices. This is karma, and it's in your hands, attachment and suffering. You know why you suffer, really, at the core of it? Because you're holding on too tight, you're clinging. You cling to people, to things, to your ideas about how life should be, believing these things will make you happy. But then life changes, things disappear, people leave, and you feel like you're falling apart. The problem isn't that you care, the problem is attachment. When you're attached, you depend on external things for happiness. If I just have this relationship, I'll be happy. If I just get that job, I'll be complete. But that's a trap. Real happiness doesn't come from out there. It comes from in here, from inside you. And when you understand this, you become free. I'm not telling you to stop loving people or enjoying life. I'm teaching you to love without clutching, enjoy without desperately holding on, appreciate without living in fear of losing. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you recognize that everything is temporary and you're okay with that. When you stop demanding that things stay exactly as they are, you can actually appreciate them for what they are right now. So many people torture themselves over the past. They replay old hurts over and over like a sad movie on repeat. But the past is done. You cannot change it, not even by 1 second. Learn from it and release it. And the future. You worry about what hasn't even happened yet. You create entire scenarios in your head about problems that don't exist. But the future hasn't arrived. You live here, now. When you practice letting go, you feel lighter. You stop dragging around the weight of expectations and disappointments. You move through life with more ease, more freedom. Attachment comes from fear, fear of losing things, fear of not being good enough. But when you develop inner peace, you realize you're already complete, right now, just as you are. You don't need anything external to validate your existence. What are you holding on to? Whatever it is, recognize it. Thank it for what it taught you, and then gently let it go. Adversity as a teacher. Now I want to talk about something you probably don't want to hear. Every single challenge you face is teaching you something. Every difficulty is a teacher wearing a disguise. I know. When you're in the middle of suffering, the last thing you want to hear is that there's some lesson in it. You're hurting. But let me suggest you ask a different question. Instead of, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Life isn't punishing you. Life is teaching you. Sometimes the most painful moments turn into the most transformative ones. They crack you open so light can get in. Think about a seed. Before it becomes a tree, it has to break open in the darkness underground. The breaking isn't destruction, it's transformation. You're the same way. Sometimes you have to break open to grow. When you resist pain, you make it worse. When you fight reality, you create extra suffering. But when you accept what's happening, not giving up, just accepting, something shifts. You discover you're stronger than you thought. Every wise person who has ever lived walked through fire first. Buddha himself had to confront suffering before he found enlightenment. Your struggles aren't signs you're on the wrong path. They're signs you're on a human path. What if every difficulty you've faced has been preparing you for something greater? What if your heartbreaks have been teaching you compassion? What if your failures have been showing you resilience? The question isn't whether you'll face adversity. You will. The real question is, how will you meet it? Will you let it crush you, or will you use it as a stepping stone? When adversity shows up, take a breath, then ask, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this? There's always something. Every difficult emotion is showing you a part of yourself that needs understanding and healing. When you trust that everything has a reason, you face challenges with more calm and clarity. Nothing happens by accident. Every difficult moment is a doorway to new understanding. You just need the courage to walk through it. The practice of mindfulness. Let's talk about where you actually spend most of your time. I'm not talking about your physical location. I'm talking about where your mind is. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, where is your mind? Are you fully here with me, or are you somewhere else? Thinking about yesterday, worrying about tomorrow? This is what we do. Our minds jump around constantly. We're in the past, in the future, anywhere but right here, right now. And that's where all your problems start. When you're replaying the past, you're reliving old wounds, clinging to things that don't exist anymore. When you're anxious about the future, you're creating entire movies about things that haven't happened. Meanwhile, real life is happening right now, and you're missing it. The present moment is the only moment that's real. It's the only place where you can actually do anything. Everything else is just thoughts. Mindfulness is about being here, fully here, not just physically, but completely present. When you eat mindfully, you actually taste your food. When you listen to someone mindfully, you really hear them. When you walk mindfully, you feel each step. Most of you live in constant distraction, checking your phone while talking to someone, thinking about work while with family. You're physically in one place, but your mind is elsewhere. This is stealing your life from you. I teach that the mind is like a monkey, jumping from branch to branch, never still. Meditation trains that monkey. It teaches it to calm down, to focus. Try this right now. Focus on your breath. Notice the air coming in. Feel your chest rise. Notice the air going out. Within seconds, your mind will wander. That's okay. When you notice, gently bring it back to your breath. This practice trains your brain to be present, and it shows you something crucial. You are not your thoughts. Mindfulness doesn't mean emptying your mind. It means observing your thoughts without getting tangled up in them. Imagine your mind is the sky. Your thoughts are clouds passing by. You just watch them drift past. When you live with mindfulness, you realize most of your worries are unnecessary. When you're anchored in the present, you find peace. And that peace doesn't depend on whether things are going well or badly. Mindfulness also gives you space to choose how you respond instead of just reacting. Between what happens and how you respond, there's a pause. And in that pause, you have choice. Every moment is an opportunity to wake up. You don't need special circumstances. You can practice mindfulness right now, wherever you are. So many people spend their whole lives chasing happiness. I'll be happy when... But happiness isn't waiting for you in the future. It's available right now if you're present enough to notice it. Start small. When you wake up, take 3 conscious breaths. When someone talks to you, really listen. When you eat, actually taste your food. Little by little, these moments of presence transform how you live. Come back to now. It's the only place you'll ever actually live. Transforming your mind. We're coming to the end, and I want to leave you with something important. Your mind can be your greatest friend or your worst enemy. Here's what I've learned. It's not what happens to you that creates suffering, it's how you interpret it. If you can observe your thoughts without being swept away by them, you can transform your entire life. Most of the time, you're on autopilot. Something happens, you react. You don't even realize you have a choice, but you do, always. Through meditation and self-observation, you can train your mind. You can learn to pause, to see clearly, to stop acting on impulse and start living with real clarity. This path isn't about eliminating suffering. You're human. You'll experience pain, but you can understand it. Every difficult emotion is an opportunity to grow. When you stop identifying with your fears and worries, when you realize, I am not my thoughts, I am the one observing them, that's when you discover real freedom, freedom that nothing external can take away. The path to enlightenment isn't some distant mountain. It's available right now. It's a way of living with awareness, letting go of negative thoughts and choosing peace instead. By transforming your mind, you transform your reality, because your experience of life isn't determined by what happens to you. It's determined by how you perceive and respond to it. So I'm challenging you, take this seriously, practice, be mindful, observe your thoughts, let go of what no longer serves you, choose compassion over anger, choose peace over chaos. Don't just listen to these words and forget them, take them with you, practice them, live them. That's where real transformation happens. You are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are the awareness that observes them, and in that awareness there is complete freedom. May you find peace, may you find wisdom, may you develop compassion for yourself first and then for every living being. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for sharing this journey with me today. Monk Tenzin Norbu.